So imagine one of the most feared UFC fighters in the world, somebody with that killer mindset like Kobe, like Jordan, like Brady, that we all see and we think that they were born with that fearless mindset. Whenever I looked at the UFC, I always thought that those guys had that. They had some element of that, because to be able to do that and to be able to put your body on the line like that every single day, I thought that you had to have some kind of a little bit of craziness inside of you. But here's the thing. This is Jon Jones. He's one of the most feared fighters, and I don't really watch UFC, but I've heard of this guy, and I've heard that he's one of the most feared fighters out there, and I always knew that he was one of the best. Now watch this clip from him.
It's like one of the best years of my life, man, because I went from a very average thinking person, like just average 19-year-old, to getting I don't like reading, so I literally got on all these TED Talks and on YouTube, and I just started YouTubing videos about self-belief and what does it mean to be confident, and what does it mean to be a winner, and how do you become a winner. And I would watch hours and hours of Tony Robbins and Les Brown and TED Talks, and I like taught myself how to believe in myself and how to think that I was greater than just this kid that was a dropout who, you know, never really had great grades, never really was the starter, never was the captain of a team. I was just always kind of this average person, and overnight I taught myself that I could be great and change myself forever. And I'm forever grateful. I'm never going back.
So this guy started with a completely average mindset, and he went from that average mindset all the way to one of the top UFC fighters in the world. And the way he did that is by creating belief. He created belief on his own in order to build himself up to the point that he's at today. So I just want to talk a little bit about how we can do that on YouTube and how that can actually help us succeed on YouTube in the future. So the first way that we could do this is just understanding that we're capable of more. The way that we can do that and understand that we're capable of more is looking at a whole bunch of stories and consuming a whole bunch of stuff that helps us see what we're actually capable of. Because a lot of the times we have these limiting beliefs, or we have these things that we think are holding us back. But if we go out and we consume something or a story that somebody tells where they say, I had that same limiting belief, but then eventually I overcame it, automatically that limiting belief is just dissipated in our mind. Now there's many ways to do this. As you saw Jon Jones, he was talking about how he did it through consuming YouTube videos, and he would watch TED Talks, and through that he slowly started to build that belief. I like to do it by reading books. If I read books, I see all these stories and people talking about how they've just built themselves and how they've done these crazy things. So it's not always bad to consume stuff, but when you use it and you're actively seeking those stories, automatically you're going out and you're searching for these things to break those limiting beliefs that you have. So whatever you feel is holding you back, whatever you feel like you have a weakness in, go search out somebody who also has that and see how they use that to their advantage. And then slowly but surely through that, you're going to start to build yourself into believing that you can do it too. The second thing you can do is start to build belief through your action. So we're not always going to have belief at the start. When I first started my YouTube videos and when I was putting out videos, I didn't really have this crazy belief in myself. I didn't really know for sure where I was going to take it. Like, it wasn't this clear vision that I saw. But slowly through putting out videos, I think I started to see that I could do something with this. I started to see that it could be something more. But I only was able to get to that by putting out the videos, by just seeing, okay, I'm seeing a little bit of this, I'm seeing I'm good at this, I'm seeing I'm not good at this. I start to see how long it's actually going to take me. And I kind of thought that, okay, you had to have some kind of knowledge, like this is exactly where I want to go. But for the most part, we really don't. I think through building the belief from taking action over and over and over again, slowly you start to build that belief that you can actually do more, that you could break that limit that you have on yourself. So that leads me perfectly into building belief through consistency. So one of the best ways that I've found to build belief is to slowly just start to break through your limiting beliefs or through that limit that you set yourself on. So I've always felt like, okay, I can do only this much. Like, when I first started my videos, it was taking me a lot just to get one video out a month. It was like so much of my willpower. It was so much of everything that I had to put into this one video a month. And I didn't know if it was always going to be like that. I didn't know, like, is this normal? But slowly but surely, I did one video a month, and then I kind of worked myself up to doing a video a week, and then 2 videos a week, and now I'm at 3 videos a week, and I'm slowly building myself up. So when you have that consistency and you just keep showing up, even if you're even if you're just scattered, you don't know what you're doing, and you're just all over the place, slowly you start to break that limit that you have on yourself. And that also comes in ties with the first point of being able to seek out those stories. because I remember there was a point where I was struggling, or I was just having a hard time staying consistent with it. But then I was reading David Goggins' books, and David Goggins is this crazy dude. He does a lot of crazy stuff, and he talked about all of his stories in the Navy. When I was even reading that, like, I remember being at the pool and I was reading that and I'm like, damn, like, what am I doing? Like, I could do so much more. This dude has done the craziest stuff, and I was over here struggling to get out one video a month. So instantly right there, after reading that, I just broke my beliefs, or I broke my limiting beliefs, and I was able to get back to it. And then he also talked about in the book also, when you start to do this crazy stuff that you never thought you could do, and you slowly break that limit over and over, you start to put that into your story bank, or you put that into this, basically this bank of memories in your head, where you realize and you remember that you've broken that limit before. So the next time that you come up to a hard path, you're gonna remember that stuff, and it's going to allow you to break that limit again. So this is just some stuff that I think really helped you. When I saw that video, it just blew my mind to see this dude who's this amazing fighter say and be open about it and say that he's been at this point where he wasn't even having a crazy mindset, or he wasn't having an average mindset. And I just really think that that can help you guys out also, and I hope it does. But of course, if you like this video, this also ties into how you can actually improve on YouTube. And if you want to know how to do that, then go ahead and click on this video right here.